Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray this beautiful Saturday morning. Bill Cooksey, how are you?
I am well. I should be in a deer stand.
Well, you can go as soon as we get through here. And I'll be going south. I'm going to check out some more football.
Who's playing? Are they going to do that helmet trick again this Saturday?
No.
That was awesome, man. I don't know how Freeze drew that one up.
You know what? Was that not the play? He didn't draw it up. It was really funny. He's talked about it. He says, no, I don't want to see that happen again.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Hey, we've got a great show today. We've already had a chance to talk with Gary Remensnyder from Lou's Fishing about their new museum and everything else. And, Bill, you and I will have to take a road trip.
Sounds good to me.
You know, and, you know, there's a lot of new products that are coming out for 2016. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the lure companies now, they have either renovated or improved a lot of the baits they had and everything. And, of course, if you'll remember some number of years ago, there was a bass tournament that was won, and it was won by a bait called a chatterbait. And people go, what is that? How do I get my hands on one? And this was the very, very beginning of the rattling jig head or whatever you want to call it.
Bladed jigs. And,
and those kind of things.
And I was too stubborn to fish them until about a year ago, and now I can't get enough of it.
Well, I got to tell you something. The original chatterbait is they have improved it. It is unbelievable. And we've got with us Glen Young, the national sales manager for Z-Man Fishing. Good morning, Glen.
Good morning, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing quite well.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Hey, listen, Glen, I had the opportunity to talk with you at the Forest Wood Cup. You guys had a nice display set up there, and, of course, you can go out to lroutdoors.com. We shot a video of the new chatterbaits that are coming out for 2016. But I have to tell you, Glen, the improvements that they have made to this bait, and, of course, the original, for me, works just as well, too. But the new chatterbaits that are out and some of the other baits that Z-Man has come out with, tell our listeners what you guys have done with the new Elite Series.
Well, actually, what we did is it's easy enough to sit on the success of the original chatterbait, but
Absolutely.
If you have the ability to make something better or improve it, I think you really have to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we did. I mean, we still have the original chatterbait in all of its forms, but as time's gone by, we've been able to take a look at it, take the feedback from the anglers and from our pros, and make some tweaks and improvements. And that's what led us to developing the Elite Series and the new Project Z Series chatterbaits. So we were able to improve a lot of the components. For example, on the chatterbait Elites, what makes it different than the original is the head design itself is a little bit flatter and rounder, so the blade makes contact a little bit more with the head to increase vibration. Mm-hmm. It has a really nice trailer keeper on it as well. And the other thing we did is we improved the line tie. Instead of the little clip that we have on the originals, we have a fast touch clip, which is a little bit more heavy duty and secure.
Right.
And then in addition to that, with the Elite Series, we actually painted the heads to match up with the skirt patterns. We also added a 5/0 Gamakatsu hook to the back end, too, just to make sure that when you do get a bite, it stays on there.
I was getting ready to say, that's a nice hook on there.
That's serious hook.
It really is. So, I mean, with the Elite Series, we made a lot of improvements, and it's done really, really well. And then for this year and for 2016, we were able to take another step up and bring out another premium chatterbait product in the Project Z chatterbaits, which are absolutely beautiful. We're very, very proud of how those have come out and how they've performed so far. With those, we have more of a traditional swim jig type of a head, a really nice painted head with 3D eyes on it. It has a dual barb keeper on there. It has a really nice double umbrella skirt for a little bit more full profile. The hook is a 5/0 Mustad Ultra Point hook, very heavy duty hook.
Wow.
For those guys that really want to, get in there with some bigger, heavier line and pull pretty hard. We've got the hook on there to handle that. And the the blades are matched up color wise to the skirts themselves also, and where the blade is connected at the eye is a pretty heavy duty wire form. But I think what I've really been pleased with is just how responsive the blade is as soon as that bait hits the water. It's immediately moving, immediately vibrating as soon as you put any tension on the line. So, from that standpoint, it's been a big improvement from the originals. And what's great is, the originals are still out there winning tournaments too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Are these new baits out on the market now, or when will they be available?
They are actually out on the market now, and we just recently started shipping the new Project Z chatterbaits. And one of the things that we did with that too is we've had a lot of call over the years for heavier versions of it. So what we did with the Project Z is we made that one available in a 3/4 ounce and a 1 ounce version.
Oh wow, nice. Bill, that's for you for ledge fishing there on the Tennessee River.
Absolutely. I like the heavier one around boathouses too. I'd love it a little bit heavier.
Right. Put a bigger swim bait on it and that kind of stuff.
That's right.
And talking about putting trailers onto the chatterbaits, Glenn, you guys have got quite a line of plastics to go.
We do.
With that too. We do. And if you could just briefly make mention of your plastics, and then also tell our listeners how to put it on, because you showed me a trick that was unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a learning curve with our material. I mean, the Elastec material that we formulated, it's all done by our little twisted fishing minds there in Ladson, South Carolina, where we're based. And you're an angler, you know how we think. And the material it's a very unique material, and we love fishing with it. It's it doesn't rip or tear like a traditional plastic. It's buoyant, it's very soft, and we get great action out of it.
Right.
But there is a learning curve to rigging it. And for chatterbait trailers, one of the things that we've done with that is we've done very well with the diesel minnow, which is a 4-inch paddle tail bait. We've also done well with the 3-inch minnows and the small ones. And we're just getting ready to release a new bait called a razor shad, which is a jointed fork tail swim bait type of a bait with a thicker body on it to really fill in the profile of the chatterbait and add a little extra swimming action behind it. Now, the key to rigging, as you saw at the FLW Cup, is with the traditional plastic, people are used to when they get to the keeper part of a jig head or a chatterbait or a spinnerbait, that keeper part right there, they tend to push their plastics onto it, and the keeper tears its way into the plastic and holds.
That's right.
Well, Elastec doesn't tear, so pushing it onto a large keeper can be frustrating for guys because it doesn't want to go over.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the trick to getting the Elastec on there is to pull it onto the keeper instead of pushing it on. So when you get to the keeper, you simply grab the material, you'll lift it up, you pull it, stretches right up over the keeper, and you're on. Because you don't have to worry about tearing it in the process of trying to rig it. It's not going to tear. But it's a lot easier to pull it onto the keeper than to push it onto the keeper.
That's right. And I got to tell you how easy it was to do that. It was unbelievable. Bill, you guys, we've all tried to use it, that Elastec materials onto shaky heads and everything else, and it just doesn't work. And, the thing that a lot of people don't know about, and Glenn, talk about the material itself, but it actually floats better and is much more softer than just regular plastics, isn't it?
Yeah, much softer. Because the material doesn't tear or rip like a regular plastic,
right.
It gives us the ability to make it softer so that you get better action. And also the material is naturally buoyant. In addition to, it's also non-toxic, just for those people out there that are concerned about it. There's no PVCs or phthalates in it. But because of its properties, we're able to make it soft. And because of the natural buoyancy in it, no matter what we make out of that, it floats. So with a shaky head worm, our baits are going to stand up. So no matter what jig head you put on it, you don't have to have a specialized jig head to fish a shaky head with this.
Right.
It's going to stand up no matter what. When you put one of our baits, like our craws or our batlings trailers, on a jig, no matter what kind of jig it is, it's going to stand it up. That's also what gave us the ability to bring out the pop shads, which were a huge hit last year because we were able to come up with a soft plastic popper that you can fish weedless. And our material gives us the ability to do that where you can't do that with a standard plastisol material.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to tell you something, and it lasts so much longer. I mean, you can catch a lot more fish on those kind of plastics than you can with anything else. I mean, oftentimes we go out on the water, and how often do we start catching a fish on a certain color or size of a worm, and it tears up and.
Hey. 2 weeks ago on Kentucky Lake, I was catching bass on a swim jig with a plastic trailer, and I had 1 pack of those trailers.
They're gone,
and they were gone in about 45 minutes. Done.
Well, I got.
They were just so messed up. They worked well on the fish, but they weren't durable.
These products,
and I needed y'all's stuff.
Z-Man stuff is pretty awesome stuff, I have to tell you. And their swim baits, oh my gosh, different sizes. Yeah. Hey, Glenn, before we let you go here, if somebody wants more information about Z-Man Fishing and all of the wonderful products that you guys got, where do they go?
They go to zmanfishing.com, where we have all the information on all of these baits. We have rigging videos, how-to tips, everything on that website. All of that is also available on our Facebook page as well. But there's plenty of resources out there on all of this stuff. So from the chatterbaits to the Ned rigs to pop shads, everything that we have, it's all on there.
And then on your Facebook page, all they have to do is just search Z-Man Fishing, right?
Yes, that's all they have to do, Z-Man Fishing, and that'll take you to our U.S. Facebook page.
I know I did a like on it.
To that as well.
And it keeps me up to date.
Glenn, we post regularly on there.
Yep. Thank you very much, Glenn, for all of the wonderful information. Wish you great success and tight lines.
Well, I appreciate that, Ron. And since one of you guys is going to be in a tree stand and one of you is going to be at a football game, I think I got the water to myself.
You got it, buddy. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right, take care. Have a good day. Wow.
Actually, I'm headed to the water this afternoon. So.
Oh well.
Now, okay, I'm going to use a chartreuse and white chatterbait. What color blade?
Silver.
That's what I'm thinking.
Silver. If they're biting brim, put a gold one on. Okay. And we're going to have to get some of these products and test them out. For sure.
Sounds good.
It's time for another break, and we've got a wonderful guest coming up here afterwards. And,
yes, we do.
Looking forward to it. Bill, you're going to have to... I know you'll take the lead on it because you can spell Mossberg.
I'm bilingual.
Yeah, you are. We'll be right back here on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.